I'm pretty sure we did this game already. Why would we be coming back to it?
Yeah, didn't we?
I don't know. And I'll say the one thing I miss is I miss they don't have the Donkey Kong, like the little like splash like music. That
Yeah,
plays
from the
before
Wii U
this.
version.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. We did a commentary on this one a while ago, but
How
as
long
of
ago was that?
I feel like it's been half a year roughly. But, ladies and gentlemen, this game recently got a Switch port, and not just any old Switch port, but it's an enhanced port with a funky new mode.
Funky mode.
So what's funky mode?
Choose Funky mode for some extra help on your adventure. Play as DK or Funky Kong. So basically, as much
Or you can
as
do the original one in case you want the original challenge.
So this is the part where I get to be kind of a little salty, and maybe you get a little bit of James's ire with this. Is that I don't think I'm not entirely happy with how Funky mode was handled, and that Funky mode does let you play as Funky. It also makes the game permanently easier.
Yeah, in a way. But at the same time,
Funky is broken?
in a matter of speaking, he kind of is. But
Well, the idea is that I say they balance them out in that you never get. Oh yeah, how would you read this?
Radical! You're playing as me, Funky Kong. I have 5 hearts and I don't take any damage when I land on spikes. After a first jump, I can jump again in midair. You can also
Devil damn it.
Sorry. Forgot I actually had some of that earlier today. Anyway, let's get a funky on move on.
Hooray!
Awesome.
Oh look, there's Funky in the background.
Just
Yeah,
doing
woo.
something weird.
Yeah, but I guess we'll just talk over this cutscene, or should we skip the cutscene outright?
Unfortunately, I can't skip it. But
Okay. So
basically, it's
yeah.
the same one as the original. Unfortunately, there is no Funky to be found, so that's already a small case of false advertising.
But it does lead me to have a really fun little story that I can now spin you a tale about this to catch you up to speed. Seely, it's Donkey Kong's birthday, and all of his friends are there.
All of his friends, except for Funky.
Remember, I was there for this commentary.
Oh yeah,
Well, for a few parts
Here and
anyway.
there, like, you were kind of an on and off guest.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
all of his friends, the good one and Diddy and Cranky, having a fun time when the Snowmats show up and decide to conquer their island. And anyway, but yeah, Funky mode, like, it gives everyone extra hearts. Funky himself is pretty balanced in that you never get any companion Kongs because he kind of embodies almost all of their little power-ups, like all the necessary ones anyway.
Yeah, Funky don't need no friends. He just needs his own funk to save the day.
His board, some good tunes, and a microphone to be uncomfortably close to.
And his own pet parrot Talks.
Yes.
Who was a million times better than Squawks. Eat your heart out.
Squawks needs more like involvement than just being an item you use.
Well, it's more than what he had previously, I guess. Well, okay, I guess that's not entirely true, because by 2 and 3, you actually could play as him every once in a while. God damn, this still looks epic even today. For a 4-year-old game, it's held up nicely.
Oh no, yeah, it really does. Like, this could have come out on the Switch, and I would have believed it still was a Switch title.
Oh, definitely.
Now, however, having played the Wii U version, I'll just come out and say this right now. There's definitely no reason to own both copies of the game. You may as well just own one or the other. And this one doesn't really do anything like super spectacular with the visuals. By the way, goodbye everybody. And I mean, but that being said, it still looks really good on the Switch.
Right, and if you don't already own the game, then obviously get the Switch version, because again, there's a few more perks than what the Wii U added, and I've noticed a few small bits of rebalancing, but it's pretty small. Like that one secret exit in the minecart level that's also kind of like a river sort of thing.
Yeah.
That whole jump to get there isn't quite as bullshit, or it doesn't feel as bullshit.
Yeah, they must have changed some of the hitboxes.
Probably.
So the Kong family and the Kong friends went off flying into the distance. They probably died because, I mean, the possibility of them landing on an island is really small. They probably landed some sharks.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the world,
Funky, who had just gone on a long week partying, got kicked out of the party so hard he fell into this plane, and thus starts his adventure that has no consequence to the Kong family, in which he just wants to party out.
rock on! Here he is,
Introducing
the man with the plan. It's Funky.
His first time. First time he's an adventurer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whee!
So yeah, Funky Kong.
I just realized that real quick. I just realized that whenever he dives, he actually he gets ready to do a cannonball.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Funky Kong. Differences between all the Kongs. Well, again, he pretty much has all the major perks of all of the side Kongs, though he doesn't function quite the same. Like, for instance, he does have a double jump, but it's pretty instantaneous, which I honestly think is how it should have been in the first place. He can also hover like Diddy, but his horizontal distance is crap.
Right. And with his surfboard, he can land on spikes like Cranky, but cannot get any boost of vertical movement.
Yeah, it's no pogo jump, and but I mean at the same time, it's still useful for what it's worth. And again, you can pretty much not only spikes, but you can also attack spiked enemies.
Nice. Oh.
Mm-hmm. He can also roll indefinitely.
And he also has 5 hearts. Yeah. That's another good one. And
You're gonna hear me doing that a lot, I'm sorry.
it's okay. And he's also the one Kong who remembered to bring his snorkel.
Yeah, which it still baffles me that this it has to be this game where the Kongs remember they have freaking lungs.
Yeah. But I mean, that being said,
Yeah.
So.
And you know what? Because Funky brought a snorkel with him, it makes the underwater maze level actually bearable.
Yes.
Yeah, unless you're going for all the puzzle pieces, that's still kind of a tedious chore.
Yeah, now I think about it, I totally will still.
Actually, that does remind me of another thing that the Funky mode does. You know how when you collect all the Kong letters and puzzle pieces, when you collect a puzzle piece, it stays collected, but the Kong letters usually don't stay collected? They actually fixed that in Funky mode.
Oh.
Yep, and it actually holds true if you're playing on the hard mode as well. But the whole one-hit death thing still counts, so that kind of blows.
Ah well, but and yeah, in Funky mode, everyone has an extra bit of health, including vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Instead of taking 2 hits on the rocket barrel, now you can take 3.
Also, the Funky mode has the incredible ability to make any reviewer who thought that the Wii U version sucked suddenly change their mind and claim that it's one of the best games to come out in the last decade.
Good old GameSpot.
The magic. But yeah, no.
Because everybody's biased against Wii U at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks because I mean, yeah, the Switch is obviously the better console, but at the same time, the Wii U had games. It's just that they didn't have enough of them. And secondly, like games that they had could easily be replicated on the 3DS or the Switch anyway. So it's like it didn't really. And in what matter of speaking, it felt less like a console and more like an experiment that kind of didn't go well.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well,
Like I said, I don't use my Wii U for much.
the only consoles I could think of that you probably couldn't do as well on the Switch would be Star Fox Zero and Pikmin 3.
Well, to those games, I will say, I think there are workarounds to make them more of a streamlined experience. Like, take, for example, Star Fox Zero. Like, I think it's a pretty decent game, despite the motion gimmicks. There is the matter of the action viewer, though, basically the lock-on, and, I mean, it's a nifty feature, but unless I'm able to...
targeting again.
Exactly, like, they should have done that instead of just making it like, oh, the enemy's over there, that's cool. Can I shoot there? I mean, is that so much to ask for? Oh,
yeah.
The chops.
Yeah, all the chops. But yeah, that's a thing, and I don't think it's required. Also, doing that would allow us to actually be able to have the vocals come out the TV like they're supposed to.
Yes.
we can
It's
actually
because
record
of that
it.
why. It's because of that why I decided against doing that game for the channel.
Because otherwise, it would have been. But anyway, what was it? Back to and so there's been this like little viral photo going around like, oh yeah, we had no good games on it, and they're trying to compare how the Switch and the Wii look good. Wii U look almost identical, but I think it was either Matt or Roy's or it was someone in one of the calls, and the point of contention was that photo on top, sure, yeah, that's all the games that Wii U had, but that was in like 2 to 4 years of its lifespan. The Switch has now completely caught up with it in less than a year and a half.
Yeah, like
amazing.
all they're missing are 3D World,
A good Yoshi game.
3D World, Pikmin 3, and Star Fox Zero, and they're pretty much
Well, to
done.
be fair, it doesn't change the fact that those games did exist.
Oh, and a Wonderful 101 thing for games.
Yes. if I have heard that Platinum are in talk with Nintendo to get that off the ground, which I'd like to see, because again, those poor guys need a second chance.
Yeah.
No sex jokes here, Mom. Just a bunch of beating.
I would love to look at some of those poses that like slow down. He's probably just relaxing. But yep, the Funk Master has done it again.
He's made his epic return on the adventuring scene. Or actually, he made his epic debut. Because, like you said before, like this is the first time he's ever been playable in a mainstream Donkey Kong game. I mean, he's had playable appearances before, but those were relegated to just spin-offs, like the multiplayer modes of like King of Swing and Jungle Climber, Mario Kart Wii of all things.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Forgot about that. So yeah, I guess how many levels did you want to do in this look
Wasn't
at?
he also playable in Super Sluggers?
Yeah, Super Sluggers. I'll do at least 3 levels. I think for the third one, though, I'll probably switch back to my old save file, just because I don't want to waste your guys' time.
Okay. I'll say you should at least. You should definitely show off the shop.
Oh, of course. Like, why wouldn't I?
And pray to the RNG gods that we get the reference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they made it. Yeah, for let it be known, they made a reference to the TV show because that is now canon.
And I mean, that show, I'm sort of indifferent to that show, but I do appreciate the reference being made regardless.
I mean, I'll say that out of all first-party Nintendo shows, freaking, I don't know, Pokemon not included, because that's a whole other monster. And technically, it wasn't a Nintendo property because it started off as a comic, I thought, first, or as a card game first.
Wait, you're talking about...
No, Pokemon was always sponsored by Nintendo. It was always a Nintendo product.
So did it start off as the video game first, the comic, the...
It started as the video
first
game
enemy?
first.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
It started off with Pokemon Red and Green in Japan, and then it just went from there. Toys, comics, TV shows, and whatnot, they pretty much went the whole 9 yards. And some of us are kind of annoyed by that by now, because Ash doesn't need to be in every single season, damn it.
No, he doesn't need to stop. He doesn't need to freaking pull a Timmy turn on us and stay the same age for all time. I don't know. But so I'll say, so not counting Pokemon because that's practically more anime than it is Nintendo at this point anymore.
Yeah.
I will say that Kirby, I think, is still the best Nintendo TV show in terms of like overall quality.
It did have a good
So
idea
far.
behind it. It's just that 4Kids kind of mucked it up. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but Logan and I have been watching the Japanese version.
It's okay.
You fucking weebs. Says the guy that actually recorded Galgun 2 for the channel.
Ha! But no, but yeah, that's fine. The Super Show is still fun, although there's some oddities in it. Mario 3 and Mario World cartoons, no comment.
Oh, best part about Funky? He can jump onto sharks.
Yeah, I felt like Mario 3 was just kind of...
Mario 3's cartoon adaptation, I thought. Sorry, Monica, I hate to say this, I think that show was fucking terrible.
Let us not forget the frickin' the white piranha things, the nippers.
I only liked it for a while because I still have the whole DVD collection, but I only liked it for a while because of nostalgia.
But I mean, beyond, but past those Mario cartoons and the Kirby cartoon, I will definitely say that considering what they had to work with, I think Donkey Kong cartoon definitely had spirit. Like almost as if like, if it was released maybe with more modern, if it was released with less weird looking CG, it would still be pretty good. But maybe the weird CG is.
And if it was aired on a channel people actually watched.
Oh, what channel was it on originally?
Fox Family.
Oh, dude, that should have been on like Nickelodeon or something.
Or Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I remember back when I was like 10 or 11 years old,
I heard it had a lot of really good airings in France.
Oh yeah, it was most popular in France and Japan, actually, ironically enough. Like, people in Japan loved it.
I remember when I was 10 or 11 years old, I saw a Mario Kart cartoon, but I can't for the life of me find what it looked like. I can remember it, but I can't find it.
I think that was a
Was it
commercial.
commercial?
You're thinking of the commercial, Seeley.
There's an
no,
commercial.
no, it wasn't a commercial. It was like a 30-minute thing.
Let me look it up.
I remember. I distinctly remember. a
I
cartoon.
feel like it wasn't like an actual cartoon. It might have been just been some sort of promotional material that Nintendo published.
I'm trying to look it up. Let's see.
'Cause I've never heard of this myself.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. I can't find anything.
Speaking of which, Nintendo, if you're watching this, Funky Kong for Mario Kart 9, please.
I remember it was on like like in elementary school when they'd bring those TVs in.
I mean, sure, I was the most broken character in Mario Kart Wii, but let bygones be bygones. No, really, he was the most broken character. I mean, next to Daisy and that one bike, I forget what it was.
Apparently, apparently, according to this, I don't know if this was a spoiler or not. I don't know if this ever happened, but apparently, there was a December 2015 article that said that Disney XD was planning a series called Clash of Karts Mario Kart 8, which was like a little TV shit show following young gamers, like YouTube personalities playing a Mario Kart contest.
I feel like that's just part of a long line of video gaming streams that they've done for the longest time.
Yeah.
Like X-Play?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, maybe you saw that 30-minute thing today. Maybe it was just a big episode of X-Play about it.
Most likely.
But wait, when was this released?
But let's not forget.
Oh.
Because I was 10 or 11 years. I was 10 or 11 years old when I saw this.
I don't know. Anyway, back to you, Hype.
Let's not forget what is considered to be the most accurate and treasured of all Nintendo adaptations, the Saturday Supercade.
In a matter of speaking, Hype, you're not wrong, because
What was that?
it was basically just a collection of cartoons that were based on like all sorts of retro 80s arcade games. Donkey Kong, DK Jr., Q*bert, among other things. Anyway, before we go on with that, why don't we go back to our own shop and get some of the goods? And who the heck are you?
I thought that was Captain Man. Oh.
Hey, dude! While you're out shaving the island, you can trust old Tots to hold down the fort here. I'll even hook you up with a sweet employee discount.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I never saw that before. That's cute.
he's holding on to funky shades.
So basically, whenever you highlight an item, he actually does repeat what Funky has said, like his friend. Makes sense because he's a parrot.
And I think what he said about the employee discount is maybe true. I think it is.
It
I
is.
don't think
It's somewhat true because if I'm not mistaken, red balloons I think only cost 1 coin here as opposed to like 2 or 3 in the actual campaign.
Okay. Again, part of the whole easy thing.
Right. I don't think it applies to all of them because I don't remember Squawks. I think Squawks has always been costed like 5 coins. But anyway, how about we get some toys?
Yay! These are figurines to view, and the RNG sucks in them.
Oh, look at that! I already got Funky
Well, look at you.
and talks. Nice.
Wow, this RNG is making me look like an idiot now. When I first bought these, all 4 of them were Waldos.
Wow.
He just got 5 and he
Just like the original game.
I remember getting
shoot.
like two
Guys?
Dixies in the what?
My dad is here.
What's up?
I thought he wasn't supposed to be here for another hour.
Then we should. I guess that means that look at. Oh, first, let's see if we can get the reference before we say goodbye to Caesar.
All right.
Okay.
Groovy. Got you down for an appointment with the Bodacious bird. What? Did you think you owned him now? Nah.
Rats.
All right, let's get out of here. How's my Funky impression? Also, I think it's pretty swell. No one you'll. Okay. See you later.
Rats won't get the reference today. All right. Bye bye, Seeley.
Give it time, Blood in the clouds. Again, I also love how short the load times are. Oh, actually, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I'm back on my old save file. By this point, I've pretty much beaten the entire game and unlocked hard mode, and I've just about cleared everything in hard mode. So, for one more hurrah, I'll show you one more fight with our good old boss, Pumpy the Presumptuous. However, I will not be doing it as Funky, but I'll comply to Logan's desires and pick Dixie.
Hooray! Also, because I also get to show off one of my favorite things of fighting bosses is Dixie. But
Yeah.
so I mean, real quick, just get the Saints out here. I still think this is by far the best Donkey Kong game.
Oh, by far, and the fact that it's actually available on a console
Same.
you can take on the go with you, it's like you originally only had that pleasure with Returns, but now Tropical Freeze gets that pleasure. It's like, hell yes.
Now, please, Retro, can we get a confirmation that you're working on the 3rd trilogy part of this?
If not that, can we get confirmation that you're actually working on a new game? I mean,
Yeah.
it's great that you brought this game to the Switch and all. It's just that like between this and Metroid, I kind of want to see you guys do a new IP, like maybe Zelda or maybe Mario. Heck, maybe do one that doesn't get a lot of love, like say Ice Climbers or for the Whom the Frog the Bell Tolls.
Well, I mean, it's also because, well, I was gonna say also, especially since we know that Metroid is not being done by them, like, it makes me wonder what the heck they are doing.
Yeah, it beats me because they've been hinting at it for the longest time that they're making something new, but we don't know what it is. We're looking for this year's E3.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I ever asked, but when you're playing, no, I was gonna say I think that'd be a neat little detail with, because the whole point is that Dixie can only do that so far because she's trying to hold both herself and DK. I thought it would have been neat if, like, whenever you're playing by herself separately, she controls like she did in Donkey Kong 3.
But then the single player diehards would bitch about that because it's like DK's weighing him down. He really is a shit tier character.
He should be weighing her down. He weighs like 2 tons.
Smash Brothers was true all along.
Wait, what did Smash Brothers say?
Hey, DK was awesome in Smash. How dare you? Well, okay.
That DK's one of the worst characters.
Well, he's actually, personally speaking, I think he's actually a really good character in Smash 4. Then again, I think they improved on his agility like big time there. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm terribly sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We should probably get more on topic here. Dirt, when you're playing on hard mode, basically you can play as any Kong you want, but you only have 1 heart and there's no checkpoints. So, say if you're playing the underwater maze in World 4, best of luck with that.
Yeah.
Just love the way that Dixie just twirls her hair like that whenever she's pounding the ground. I think my favorite by far, though, is Cranky, just because he gets so fucking ecstatic whenever he bangs on his cane down the ground. This is fun. Now I gotta deal with the fish.
I get the feeling that when Funky does it, he just does the same thing, but with a surfboard.
No, he actually... Oh, God! Sorry. No, what he does is that he actually does a rather righteous ground pound himself.
Go. Oh.
I wait for him to get dazed. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, once again, the music, the soundtrack, it's great.
Okay, never mind. I actually do gotta hit him when he... Never mind.
And... Oh, not yet. Okay, I want to wait till we see...
Yeah, don't mind me for playing it safe. Remember, I'm on hard mode.
Oh, yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, I think this is it. It should be the final hit.
That's true.
Alright. And...
I love the Dixie... I love Dixie's...
Out you go, mister!
I love Dixie's, like, look on her face of...
Dude, they all have great ones. And you know what? I actually feel bad for not showing off Funky's, because his is freaking hilarious. He starts off by just... as if he was starting up a surf, and then he just beats the living shit out of you.
I think one of his animations, he's just lying down on his board, like, no big deal.
Actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump cut real quick. I think it was,
he's showing this off with the reference.
Yeah, see? There you go!
Oh, look at that.
Sorry, Boo-Boo. Had to prove a point.
Awesome. Okay, no, real quick, hype. Yeah, say things. I think you and I are talking about the same thing. Go for it.
Well, basically, kind of goes without saying, but Funky Kong also has like his own unique intros with all the bosses and his reactions to stuff. My favorite is still his reaction to the second boss, where it's like as soon as the banana gets squished, his face just kind of looks like, but his reaction's like, no.
I still love that one. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our little return, to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, this time for the Nintendo Switch, starring Funky. And again, if you guys want to give it a shot yourselves, you pretty much know where to go. And, well, assuming you don't mind the $60 price tag.
Yeah. I feel like for these remasters, like 40 has been like a good standard. I mean, look at like Crash and
Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, 2. I know
Bayonetta 2. I mean, I love that game, but I think a $40 price tag would have been better for it than $50.
Yeah.
But sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. I'm JamesmanXtreme.
Lucky Jack 20.
And I'm Hyper. No.
Now let's not get into that right now. Please. The girls will probably cringe if they hear that. Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Not that I radical.